All right, welcome to the conversation on the TYT network. Now we got a guy you might recognize from a couple of days ago. He is a comedian, Vic DiBitetto, guy out from New York. I grew up in Jersey. And Vic, your rant spoke to a lot of people, but definitely to me. I agree with it. And I have the same kind of rage. And so you sometimes refer to yourself as the working class zero and the donkey of comedy. So it's very self-effacing. But look, your rant about the stimulus checks went supernova viral, and everybody saw you yelling and screaming about it. So first off, I want to ask, when you do the videos, I know you do a lot of different kind of videos, and obviously you do comedy, but was that comedy, or was it an actual rant, or was it somewhere in between?
That wasn't comedy. That was an actual rant because it resonated with me, being at what's going on right now in the world. And obviously it hit a nerve. It's up to 45 million views between Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I mean, I'm fed up. That's why I call myself, since the beginning I started, the working class zero, because we've been getting it screwed up to you know what. And it's happening over and over and over again. And it's the definition of insanity. The government keeps doing the same thing over and over again, looking for a different result, but it's the same result. The system is broken. People are fed up. All my shows were canceled. All my live performances are canceled. I'm good for a month or two, but if this thing doesn't get solved, I got to resort to virtual comedy, which I don't want to do that. I need that live feedback. But, you know, necessity is the mother of invention. Maybe this is something good. I don't know. What's scary is the uncertainty of this whole pandemic, the future.
Yeah. So, and I think the other reason that folks resonated with it was because you actually made a great policy point in the middle. A lot of the comments were like, hey, you know, for a guy who's screaming his head off, he made an excellent point. So the point that everybody's talking about is, you said, look, we got these $1,200 checks. People can't live on that. Everybody gets that. But you went on to say, hey, why don't you actually take the 3 months or whatever that we owe you rent or mortgage and put it at the end of the contract?
Exactly.
And I got to be honest with you, Vic, when I saw it, I was like, damn, that's a good point. Why didn't I think of that? So has anybody reached out to you afterwards and said, oh, no, you knucklehead, that can't work because of this? Or, oh, my God, that's a brilliant idea, and et cetera, et cetera?
It was 99% people are for it. And what's scary is, why doesn't the government think about this? Why did it take this working slob to come up with this? I mean, you're giving $350 billion to the banks. Then it trickles down. They give it to their friends, Ruth Chris, and all these the CEOs who make $6 million. I've been saving up for a rainy day. Why couldn't they save up for a rainy day? They had 2 weeks. The last shutdown was, 10 years ago? So they had 10 years to save up. Where's all this money? That's our taxes that are going to these loans. It's disgusting. And it happens over and over again. When is it going to stop? I got neighbors living paycheck to paycheck. This is disgusting, man. And I don't want to get political. This is just one man's view of how he's feeling and what he's seeing. And obviously, a lot of people, I got people telling me I should run for president. I don't want to run for president. I got no time for that. My wife won't even let me go to a cigar lounge and have a cigar. I'm going to run for president. I got no patience for that. Just do the right thing. Give the money to the small businesses. PPP, you know what that stands for? They've been peeing on us all these years. That's all they do. They piss on the working man. I'm frustrated. So is most of this. 22 million people are unemployed. My wife goes on unemployment. The system is overwhelmed. You know who's overwhelmed? We're overwhelmed. Enough is enough.
I think everything is political. And so them screwing us all these, not just years, but decades, well, that was a political decision, right? And so as much as politics annoys people, because that's what they do, they professionally screw us over, It is. Those are decisions. So when they make a decision on the legislation, are we going to give the money to the banks or are we going to give it to the average guy? That's politics. And so let me ask you something. You probably have people that come to your show that are both Republicans and Democrats. I get why you'd be reluctant to get into it. But look, Republicans are for big business. Everybody knows it. Everybody, right? So, but I'm curious, just on a personal level, do you think Democrats fight for you or no?
Here's where I stand. I'm a proud father of a gay son, okay? Anybody ever hurt my son, I'd go to jail for him. I also own 2 legal firearms. So what does that tell you? Where do I stand? I should start my own party. You know, it's disgusting. I don't care who's in the White House. I don't care who's running for president. And this whole bipartisan nonsense, they're like children arguing in a playground. Look how long it took them to get together to approve this payment. It's disgusting. It really, the government is disgusting. George Carlin said it the best. It's one big club, and we're not in it.
I hear you on all that, and I think your instincts are, unfortunately, exactly right. And
if I pick a side, I lose half my audience. My audience is Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberals. I got young kids. I got grandparents. I got black people. I got white people. I got gay people coming up to me telling me, I did a video about accepting your gay child. I got gay kids telling me, you saved me from killing myself. I mean, I try to keep an even keel. I'm here to bring laughter to a world that's gone mad.
Yeah, it's hilarious that you say you try to keep it even keel when you're best known for losing your mind on camera.
Well, this is years of bottled up. Look, I'm being calm right now. The reason why I do it in my car, because I spit and I scream. If I did it in my house, my wife will kill me. The cat will have a seizure because I'm too loud. The car has great acoustics. Right now, if my wife wasn't sleeping, I'd be spitting all over this camera right now.
Good for you. So, Vic, you used to be a bus driver in Staten Island.
Bus driver, garbage truck, dump truck, cement truck. I drove my garbage truck to my route was in Midtown Manhattan. I drove my garbage truck to Dangerfield's Comedy Club. I told the manager, if I pick up your garbage, will you give me stage time? Come on. You think Seinfeld ever had to do that? Please.
So, having grown up in New Jersey, man, I relate to you so much. And I love that, like, only guy growing up in New York or New Jersey says, if you do something to my son, I'm going to go to jail for what I'm going to do to you.
Exactly. I love my son. It's nobody's business what his sexual preferences.
That's goddamn right. All right. So, Vic, what made you decide to get into comedy when you're, bus driver, etc.?
Well, like every other comic, I was the class clown. I made my classmates laugh when the teacher turned her back. I was sneaky funny. I would imitate teachers and the animal sounds. Fast forward, I grew up in Brooklyn. There was a comedy club called Pip's Comedy Club in Sheepshead Bay. 1981, I went on stage. Andrew Dice Clay was the MC. That's how long I'm doing this. I kept at it, never gave up, never surrendered. Fast forward, I'm headlining, selling out 1,600 theaters, the Count Basie Theater in Red Bank, the Borgata in Atlantic City, sold out. You realize, if I told you how much money I lost, because the world a couple of weeks ago just stopped. All my shows canceled. When and if this is ever over, who the hell is going to go sit in an audience now with all this, the pandemic and the coronavirus? I'm scared, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, thank God I married a woman who could manage finances. I don't even know how to post date a check. I make the money. She handles it. But give me 2 months. I'm not going to hit the panic button yet. But, man, if the government would help us out, it wouldn't be that stressful.
You had another viral hit back in 2013 when the nor'easter came. It's called Bread and Milk, and it's like 17 million people watched that. And you said, and I love this, 30 seconds of stupidity brought me more recognition than 30 years of stand-up. So has YouTube basically changed comedy in that sense, the trajectory of careers based on that?
Yes, I'm lucky. See, I'm 59 years old. Here you have this 59-year-old chooch using a tool. And I'm sure you know what chooch means. Using a tool that only these millennials use. If it wasn't for the social media, I wouldn't have the following I have. Now with the message to the government, a lot of people are seeing it. They have no clue. They don't know my story. They don't know I've been in the trenches and making, doing stand-up 35 years. Oh, it's just this angry Italian guy spitting on his bed. That's what they get out of it, some of these morons. Oh, he's spitting on his dashboard. So is that what you got out of it? Didn't you understand the points I made in this? It's my dashboard. What are you worried about? I'll clean it up. There's no coronavirus. But without the social media, it's been a godsend. But then again, like everything good that man creates, they destroy. Now the social media, no matter what you type in, it turns into an argument. Humans, we're the virus. Humans, we're the virus.
Oh, yeah, we talk about that too. All right, Vic, we got to have you on more shows, brother.
Please, I'd love to. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Vic, where can people check you out regularly these days?
VicDiBitetto.net. That's my website. But in a couple of weeks, me and my manager are going to make an announcement. I'm going to do viral shows. Not viral, virtual show. I hope they're viral. Virtual shows on the Zoom app. I mean, that's all we could do now until this stuff clears up, till people feel comfortable sitting in a packed audience.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Vic, thanks for joining us, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Keep up the passion, man. We love it.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
On the go? Don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.